You are now in tune with
Mamba Radio.
Alright, what up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into Brown Mamba Radio. For those there who don't know, my name is Jackson, and happy Aloha Friday to everybody out there. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed your week as always, and this is going to be the first Aloha Friday episode in a while. I apologize for the lack of them, but I feel it's fitting to do so because, for obvious reasons, the NBA is back, baby. So there is going to be a lot more things to talk about. Not just football. Nothing wrong with football, even though, like I said, it's getting a little irresponsible, it feels like, to be an NFL fan. But, you know, NFL season is underway, or well underway. NBA is getting kicked off. Like I said, we are all here for that. And then, like I said, and then playoff baseball is nearing its end. It's about to reach its climax. And like I said, a lot more things to talk about. So I'll try to be coming back at you guys every Friday, try to recap everything that happened. It's gonna be a lot, I know, but I'll try to get through it. But like I said, got to start with the most obvious thing that, yes, of course, I'm sure everyone knows. The NBA is back. Basketball is here to stay. And you know, like I said, we're all happy it's finally here. And I know it's way too early, but I'm going to overreact anyway, just like everybody else is. And I'll start with the local teams, of course. Can't start anywhere else other than the purple and gold. The Lakers had their first game last night. They were on the road against the Blazers and didn't go the way that everyone expected to, especially considering there was so much hype coming into the season. But I think that their loss was honestly the best thing that could have happened in the start of the season. Like I said, they did lose. They went up there. They did their best. They lost 119 to 128 to Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and the Blazers. But like I said, I think it was a good thing, actually. It's never good to lose. We all know that. But it's a long season. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's going to be plenty more opportunities for the team to get to get some more wins under their belt. But also, like I said, there was so much hype coming into the season that this was, I think, a pretty humbling thing, you know, for the team, for the fans, for the media, for everybody involved. Like I said, if we can finally just kind of, okay, the first game's done, their first, whatever, they got a loss under their belt already, and like I said, now we can figure out how to get over it, we can move on, we can break them down, like I said, analyze everything, this and that, and like I said, just be able to move on and get on with the season, and then, like I said, address the issues, because I think that there was the lack of that overall. Everyone obviously talking about Labron, everybody obviously talking about the young guys, all that stuff, and there's, like I said, rightfully so, but there were a lot of problems that this team had. I talked about it in my NBA preview pod, which you should definitely check out if you have not already. I previewed the East and the West earlier this week, so go ahead and check that out. I worked pretty hard on it, so it'd be great if you guys could listen to them. But like I said, there was, like I said, not necessarily, I guess, a lot of problems, but there were definitely some glaring issues that they needed to, that definitely needed to be addressed, and that it's ultimately, that's what it came down to. You know, there's a whole lot, obviously there's a lot of reasons why a team loses a game, but if we could pinpoint it or narrow it down to a few things, it was the things that, you know, I and most rational Laker fans, it was the problems that we knew that they were going to have going into the season. Defense, obviously the biggest one. It's the Lakers. They've been not so good on defense for the last, I don't even know now, for probably the better part of this last decade. And like I said, so that's always going to be an issue. We'll do what we can with that. But the other two big things were the lack of reliable three-point shooting, which I mentioned it specifically, just like that. Lack of reliable three-point shooting. Yes, we do have guys who can shoot threes, but we don't have like knockdown shooters, you know, like we saw with the Blazers. You know, like I said, Damian Lillard can knock down threes. CJ McCollum can knock down threes. A lot of guys over there can just knock down threes. And like I said, the Lakers just don't have that. Yes, Kuzma can make them. Yes, Ingram can knock them down. Josh Hart can make them. You know what I mean? All these guys can make threes, but there's nothing that, like, when they shoot it, like, oh, I know that's going in. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of that. And it showed last night. They finished 7 for 30 from three, which is I'm no expert or anything, but that's usually not a winning formula right there. And on top of that, they started 0 for 15. So like I said, that's just not going to get it done. And also the lack of, it kind of pairs with what I was saying, was the lack of rebounding, specifically on the offensive side of things. They didn't get it, they gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, and as well as second chance play opportunities for them, and the lack of second chance opportunities for themselves. They, like I said, the lack of rebounding falls back on the other issue we had, was who are they going to get backup big man minutes out of? JaVale McGee, who played great. I'll get to him in a little bit. He played excellent. I love the hustle. I loved how hard he was playing. He played great, and he did all he could while he was out there. But like I said, once he came off the floor, he was getting in foul trouble. It was hard. It was hard to find, reliable or solid backup big man minutes. I think Mo Wagner is injured, so he wasn't playing. For whatever reason, Zubac wasn't playing, and when we went backup bigs, we went with Beasley for a little bit. He didn't look so great out there, so they had to pull him early. And whenever they went, air quotes here, big, they just threw Ingram down there. They threw Kuzma down there, who are tall guys, but not necessarily traditional big men in the sense of what a big man, in your head, what you think a big man would be. So those are the things, like I said, still got to address them. I know people are joking that they should sign Nick Young, you know what I mean, stuff like that, to find that shooting, or Kyle Korver, or James Jones, or, that kind of stuff, the usual guys that, or the other usual guys that LeBron brings along with him. But, you know what I mean, like I said, there's a long season. They'll have time to figure it out. And, I don't think that those guys are the answer. No offense to Nick Young. I love Swaggy P. That's my guy. But, there's only so many spots on the roster. So we'll have to wait and see. But, like I said, it wasn't just all bad. There was a lot of good things to be excited about, starting with LeBron, obviously, who, vintage LeBron with this kind of game. He started starting his Laker career off right, with a bang, with 2 monster dunks to start his career, and like I said, just finished with a vintage LeBron kind of game. 26 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, very efficient. I think he was like he shot like 60 something percent from the field, whatever. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. You know how it is around here, but like I said, LeBron played great. Obviously, like the team plus minus stats from what I saw last night. Obviously, the team was better when LeBron was on the floor. You know what I mean? And the eye test sees that too. Obviously, when LeBron's on the floor, the team was better. That's just how it's going to be. But but on top of that, also the young guys showed flashes, which is good. It's good to see. The biggest issue was, whether these guys are going to be able to play with LeBron and how's that going to work out, stuff like that. And they're going to be fine. They didn't obviously set the world on fire. We're coming out with gangbusters, but they looked fine. Brandon Ingram did well, 16 points, 4 rebounds. You know what I mean? And it was just, first game yips kind of part of it too, I guess, just trying to figure out how to play with LeBron, which is another thing I'll get to just in a little bit. But like I said, Brandon Ingram looked okay. Kyle Kuzma looked all right, 15 points, 5 boards for him. Knocked down a couple threes. Lonzo Ball, on a minutes restriction, so he's not going to be playing as much as we, I guess, air quotes here, like to see out of him, especially considering he's the number 2 overall pick. He is obviously Lonzo Ball. Less than that, he'll be all right. He'll play himself into game shape. Like I said, if you're unaware, he missed most of the offseason with he had to get a little knee procedure, had a little nagging knee injury, nothing too serious, but just, didn't get a chance to work out, play in the preseason, so he's going to play himself back into shape. They don't want to overwork him too much right now, and like I said, he'll be all right going forward. Knocked down a 3, which was good. Good for his confidence, good for the fans' confidence in him shooting. But the story of the night, I guess, were 2 things. Josh Hart off the bench, finishing with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but he also had 3 huge steals, knocked down a couple threes. Like I said, it broke the streak broke the 0-15 streak, and just came off the bench and was that spark plug that we needed, and that he's looking like he can be the player that we all thought he was going to be. Like I said, I have him. I talked about it in the preview. I think that he could be potential for most improved player, maybe even six man. But I don't know if he'll get six man because I think eventually by the end of the year he'll take over for KCP in that starting role. He should at least. But for now, he's a nice little bench or spark off the bench, like along with him and Kuzma. Those guys can bring nice energy, scoring energy off the bench. But like I said, Josh Hart played very well. And speaking of energy, like I said earlier, JaVale McGee played very, very well. I know he's been, one of the most memed guys on the internet and all that stuff as far as basketball community goes. But Tragic Bronson looked really good out there, man. He played 22 very, very hard minutes, gave us 13 points, 8 boards, hard-earned boards. I think 3 blocks or 4 blocks as well. But like I said, every minute he was out there on the floor, he was hustling his ass off, and it was very impressive, very good to see, especially for a guy like JaVale. The other thing I wanted to say was the biggest thing that got me going, that got my juices flowing, was we got a little preview of what I at least thought, or at least I think should be their version of the Warriors' death lineup. When they go with Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond, and Iguodala, where it's like that versatile lineup. When they threw LeBron, Ingram, Lonzo, Kuzma, and Hart out there, like I said, that was a little preview of your draft lineup. I don't have the hard, analytics, sabermetric stats in front of me and how they did, but they definitely looked a little bit more energized. They looked a little bit more fun, I guess. And then like as soon as like you kind of saw it and everyone kind of realized, oh shit, this is their version of like a little death lineup. And I think they felt that too when they were out there, because like I said, they played a little differently. They played a little bit more up tempo, moved the ball around a lot. Weren't just looking for LeBron and kind of stuff. So like I said, that was a nice little preview. Like I said, hopefully we can see more of that. But then the biggest thing overall with the game was just the fact that they need to work on their team chemistry, their overall team chemistry. They haven't played with each other that much yet. I think only like 3 or 4 games in this iteration of what they're supposed to be going forward. So there were some, little miscommunications, stuff like that. They're gonna have to work on learning each other's tendencies. We saw it in the game. Guys were rolling when they thought that someone was gonna pop on a pick and roll. There were guys who were, thinking someone was gonna shoot it and then they passed it. There's a lot of stuff like that. So like I said, just getting on the same page, figuring each other out. But that's gonna come with time. Like I said, it's only the first game, and there's a lot of basketball left to be played. So like I said, I'm not too worried yet. If there were some like really glaringly bad things, like effort was an issue, if like everyone was like just the shooting or like overall shooting, not just 3-point shooting, was bad and whatever kind of thing, then I'd be worried. But like I said, it's still early. It was on the road in Portland, which is always a tough place to win. I think they said they haven't won there in like 18 years or something like that, something crazy, and they haven't beaten them in general in like 15 in a row, something nuts. So like I said, tough match. They'll be coming back on Saturday to take on the Rockets at home. So that's going to be a Staples Center is going to be rocking. So hopefully they have a better showing there and they can get a first win, hopefully at home. And the road to 81-1 starts now, folks. So like I said, not too worried about the Lakers' loss, but it was a fun game regardless, even though they lost. And like I said, a long season. And speaking of long seasons, the other team across the hall at Staples Center, the Clippers, not much to say here. They lost to the Nuggets on Wednesday, 107-98. And it's going to be a long season for the Clippers. And as a Clippers fan myself, it pains me to say, and it really sucked. I mentioned in the preview, which again I'm pimping out here, but fuck it. They're gonna look more like the old Clippers than they have the recent Clippers. I mean, no offense to these guys, but when Tobias Harris is your leading scorer and he only has 19 points, like that's not a good sign, and especially when these guys are all playing minutes, they're getting good minutes, but like I said, it's gonna be a long season for these Clippers, and yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. I don't know. I don't know if Doc Rivers sticks around long. I don't know if he makes it past the end of the season. I don't know. I really don't know. But like I said, a lot of questions, not a whole lot of answers for those boys over there. But yeah, sorry Clippers fans. It's looking like we're gonna be more of the mid 2000s as opposed to the the what we've seen lately. So yeah, that's how our teams did here in LA. And overall, not gonna lie, but as excited as we all were for the start of the season, and like I said, rightfully so, not gonna front here. Most of these games have been duds, especially the primetime ones. Celtics Sixers was, obviously everyone knew that the Celtics were going to win. It's just a matter of by how much. Same thing with the Warriors and the Thunder, especially with the Thunder not having Russell Westbrook. They made it close for a little bit, but, like I said, we all knew what was going to happen. Same thing with last night's game. I mean, not last night with the Lakers Blazers, but the Sixers Bulls, man. And then, we had a bunch of people over to watch the game here at the Cribbo, and people showed up a little earlier talking about the game, and they're like, oh, this game's still on? And then someone was just like, listen, man, like, why? Who thought this was a good idea to put this game on? Whereas the Bulls, who have nobody, versus the Sixers, who are obviously going to blow them out. And that kind of also plays into my next thing I was going to say is, it's early. I know it's only been 3 days worth of basketball, but so far, everything is going as expected, where the teams and the players and stuff that we thought were going to be good have been good so far, and the teams and the players that we thought would not be good, I'm not saying that they're bad, just saying that they're not good. There's a big difference there, but they're just not good. And so, like I said, it's still early. There's no, but sometimes, we hope for like a little surprise here and there, like an upset or something. But hey, I know that's just the way it goes. But like I said, it's a long season. We've got until next summer to let everything play out. But like I said, I'm ready for it, and I know you guys are too. And basketball being around doesn't just mean that we get some stuff on the court, but that's fantasy time, baby. Fantasy basketball is here too, and you already know we got the fantasy league going. So I am in another league. I'm in a fantasy basketball league as well. If you follow the pod and if you're a close follower, you know that I'm in 2 fantasy football leagues. One with my friends, one with the family, and essentially have the same fantasy. My friends league, we also run together for basketball as well. So since I know you guys all care so much about fantasy, I'm gonna just give you guys my lineup as I will be following them as well, or chronicling how they do on this pod as well. So number 1 overall pick, we're in an 11, we're in a 12-man league. Do the snake draft. I know, whatever, yada yada. You can yell at me all you want for doing a snake draft, but that's just how we do it. That's how we've done it for like 10 years. So we're not quite changing things now. But I had the 11th overall pick, so I didn't really get a whole lot left, but not too happy with how I did in the first game. But I know that, like I said, it's a long season, and there's going to be a lot of buckets to be gotten from my man, Uncle Drew. Kyrie Irving, my number 1 overall pick. So I can't be too mad at that. And then the rest of the guards, I also got Jamal Murray. I got Eric Gordon, Lou Williams, and I guess Lance Stevenson you can consider a guard. But yeah, Lance was my last pick. I had to, because my team is the Shaqtin' a Fool All-Stars. But then everybody else took everyone. So someone else took JaVale, someone else took Rondo, so I was only left with Lance Stevenson because I'm not taking Michael Beasley. But yeah, so that's rounds out the back court, and then the front court. I got Joel Embiid. I'm trusting the process. I got Joel Embiid. I also got Harrison Barnes, Aaron Gordon, Paul Millsap. Hopefully he can stay healthy for me. Montrezl Harrell, Jeremy Grant, and my boy Mo Bamba. You already know I had to hold it down and get Mo Bamba, who actually did pretty well for me, can't front, and it looks like he's gonna be doing all right this year. Maybe might get a little bit more minutes than expected, but like I said, it's gonna be good. I'm very confident in my team. We are playing for a little, little quiche. So, very invested in this. The only thing was, I didn't realize when I did it how many players on my team are, on the same team. I didn't really realize it until I took a look at my team where, I got Jamal Murray and Paul Millsap both on Denver. I have Mo Bamba and Aaron Gordon, both on the Magic. And so I was like, oh shit, like I didn't really think about that. And like I said, it's not necessarily going to really affect my stuff. Also Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, but it's just like, you want to get as many guys playing at different times as possible, as we all know. And like I said, sometimes it's like that. There's a lot of guys playing, there's a lot of guys sitting different days, and you want to have as many guys playing as many days as possible. So I might be having to hit the waiver wire, looking to trade, do some stuff like that. But like I said, I'm pretty confident in my team. I think it's pretty well rounded. Like I said, it's not the greatest team on paper, but like I said, they'll be productive. They should be productive, and like I said, I can't really complain. And like I said, I'm gonna be active on the waiver wire this year, though. Also, I'm very open to trades this year as well. Usually I usually stick with my squad, but I'm very open to trades this season. So, boys in the Fantasy group, if you're listening, I'm very open to trades. Hit my line, bang my MF line. The trade lines are open. And open for business, so hit me up. But I guess I'll use fantasy to transition from basketball to football here. Fantasy football split last weekend. Won the fantasy league, which I'm not doing too great in, and I lost in my family league, which like I said, I'm doing all right and hanging in there. But like I said, they did all right. I don't really want to go into who did what last week. It's been a week already. But this coming week, I had to shuffle my lineups a little bit because of the bye weeks and some injuries and stuff here and there. But I had hit the waiver wire. I had to see who was available. Like I said, bye weeks really messing up my teams right now. But like I said, I got on there. I can't really not like necessarily complain, but like I said, I gotta do what I gotta do, and just hopefully my pickups do all right for me. I'm still waiting until maybe tomorrow to make some moves as far as like who to pick up and stuff like that for my my friends league. Couple guys I'm on the fence on, but my family league, I picked up Hines, the running back on the Colts. Hopefully, with them playing Buffalo, he can get me some points as well. And like I said, I had to switch out. I'm going with Mike Williams with the start this week so far, but I might switch it up with Chris Hogan. But the thing is, since they're playing the Bears, that might be tough. I don't know, but like I said, we'll have to see. It's going to be a last minute. It's going to be a really, really last minute thing. And I'm also looking to maybe replace my defense because I got Tennessee against the Chargers. Not sure, but they are in London, baby. So who knows how that's going to go? And I guess that's another little transition. You see how I did that there? For making the quick picks on how things are going to go, how I think the week's going to go. No Raider game this week. They got a bye week, thank God. Even though I heard they might lose their bye week this week, which I don't even know how that's possible. But the way that the season's going, it's also not outside the realm of the possibility. But like I mentioned, Titans Chargers is going to be from London, baby. So hopefully things don't go too weird. Anytime a game's in London, anything can happen. Chargers should win this game because they are more talented, on paper and all that stuff, and they have been playing a little bit better lately. But the Titans are also sneaky themselves. So, like I said, they've had pulled out some sneaky wins against teams that they probably should have lost to. And like I said, it is London, so anything can happen. So there's that. And then Rams Niners, pretty easy call here. Rams should go up to the Bay and take care of business. They're easily the best team in football right now. And like I said, this is a game that they should just be able to breeze on by up there in the Bay, like I said. So there's that. That's how our local teams are going to do. For the rest of the league, Panthers going in order. Panthers Eagles should be a close game. Should be actually a pretty good game too. In a sense, especially since both teams really could use a win right now. Like I said, the Panthers, I think they're going for their first road win of the year, so that'd be a big win for them. And also the Eagles are trying to get their mojo back. Like I said, I know they won last week, but trying to get their mojo back. And like I said, this would be a huge win against a potential NFC playoff contender. And so like I said, that's gonna be a good game. Vikings Jets. Vikings looking a little bit better lately. And a lot of expectations going into the season haven't really lived up to them so far. But if they want to prove that they're as good as everyone thought that they would be going into the season, then this is a game where they have to take care of business. And this would be, it's sad to say considering it's the Jets, but like I said, they got to take care of business against teams that they should beat. And especially being on the road, and like I said, considering how they've been playing lately, a little up and down. The no Dalvin Cook, which I know about because he's on my fantasy team, and like I said, it's very frustrating. But at the same time, listen, they got to get the guys healthy. It's a long play, but like I said, if they want to prove that they're as good as everyone thinks they are, they got to take care of business in this game. Then we got Bills Colts, probably going to be a stinker, but even more so because Josh Allen is not going to be playing for the Bills. And like I said, so there's that. There's also that in case this game wasn't going to be bad enough. And like I said, Colts should take care of business here with Andrew Luck versus that yucky Bills defense. All right, next up we got my most interesting game, at least in my opinion. Patriots-Bears in Chicago. Good win for the Patriots last week. In a potential AFC Championship game matchup. And, not so good loss, on the other hand, for the Bears. Like I said, Mitch Trubisky been all over that freaking place. But on top of that, their defense just didn't look as dominating as everyone thought they would be, or as they should have been. But, I think this will keep the most interesting games because if both teams play to their top potential, this should be a really, really good battle between the Patriots offense, like I said, coming off that momentum that they had last week on that win, versus the Bears defense, who up until last week were have been the most dominating defense in the entire league. Look for Khalil Mack, like I said, a good matchup between Khalil Mack trying to get to Tom Brady, and yeah, it should just be like I said. If everything goes, if they play as well as they should be able to play, this game should be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but same thing could have been said for this next game if it was like week 2 or 3. The Browns and the Bucks might have been the game of the week. But my, how things can change in such a short amount of time, because now it feels like this would be a vintage Browns Bucks stinker. But yeah, like I said, if this was, when Fitzmagic was hot, when Baker Mayfield was running wild and all that, like I said, this matchup might have been pretty interesting, but that's not the case right now. Both teams looking pretty stinky, and like I said, it'll be a definitely not the slobber knocker of the week. Only thing it might do is like knock some slobber onto your chin if you're falling asleep watching this game. But I really don't know who's gonna win this one. Honestly, I'm probably gonna always would go with the home team, but then again, Baker Mayfield's looked all right, and like I said, it'd be nice if the Browns win. That'd be cool. But like I said, either way, it's gonna be a stinker. And speaking of stinkers, Texans-Jags battle for AFC South supremacy, and that's air quotes around that supremacy there. But the Jags should win this one. Like I said, the Jags should have been one of the better teams this year, but like I said, they've disappointed in a lot of spots, especially within the division. But you could say the same thing for the Texans as well. And like I said, Jags should win this. They should. But based on the way that they played so far, should doesn't always mean that they will. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see who takes care of business. That one, Lions Dolphins. Not sure what's really going on with Tannehill, but I do know that it's not good for the Dolphins, especially against the Lions, who have been looking a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. They're obviously, like I said, on paper, one of the most talented teams. I've been saying that all season, and like I said, they should go in there on the road to take care of business against the Dolphins. Like I said, especially if the Dolphins don't have Tannehill, and like I said, their offense isn't going to look as good and not be able to stay on the field as long and all that. So you know how that goes. Then this next game definitely is it's the toughest for me to call, because if this game was in New Orleans, I would say the Saints would beat the Ravens, no doubt. But on the road in Baltimore, as it's starting to get colder and going outdoors, I'm not as sure. I still think the Ravens could win this one, and like I said, just because I think the Saints are that good. But like I said, they are a little bit more unpredictable on the road, outdoors, when it gets cold. You know what I mean? That's all the traditional dome team tropes. And also on top of that, the Ravens have been so up and down that this game could either be a blowout with the Saints and their dynamic offense, or we could have a shootout between Drew Brees and Joe Flacco like it's 2011 or something. You know what I mean? Just the way that he's been. Sometimes, like I said, Joe Flacco is either, throwing poo or he's throwing these deep 60-yard bombs. So like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Like I said, if this was in New Orleans, Saints all the way, but not sure. I still think the Saints, just not with as much confidence. Then we got the Cowboys and the Skins. Cowboys should win this, but honestly, who cares? This game is going to suck. And honestly, like, seriously, who freaking cares about this game other than Cowboys and Redskins fans? And I don't even think Cowboys Redskins fans care about this game this year. But yeah, like I said, Cowboys should win that one. Bengals Chiefs, tough loss for the Chiefs last week. But I know I always say this: there's no moral victories in sports. But last week was if there was going to be a good loss, that would have been categorized as a good loss. Went toe to toe with the reigning AFC champs, and it literally came down to the wire. And they show that they can hang, like I said, in the potential AFC championship game. And they should bounce back this week against the Bengals, who, are good and talented in their own right. I just don't think that they can hang in a shooting match or a shootout with, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs. So, like I said, Chiefs, give me the Chiefs on that one. Finally, wrapping things up for Monday Night Football, Falcons and Giants. Falcons should win this one, and it will be a good confidence booster for them and their team. Like I said, they've had a pretty rough season for the Falcons. Not necessarily like because they're just bad, but they've been catching a lot of bad breaks. Literally and figuratively. They got like a few injuries on the defense. It's pretty tough for them. Their offense is playing very well, but like I said, their defense just hasn't been able to help hold leads for them, and that offense is looking really good. And like I said, I think that the Falcons' offense is just good enough to be able to take care of the business against the Giants. Because like I said, Giants' defense is not good at all. Only chance the Giants have in this one is if their offense can figure it out, especially against that ailing Falcons defense like I was talking about. And if they can, maybe they can get the media off their back, for at least another week, at least 1 week. We'll stop hearing, is Eli finished? Or they'll stop hearing, Eli's done. They should have taken Sam Darnold or a quarterback over Saquon Barkley, even though Saquon Barkley is really, really, really good. I don't know much about the quarterbacks coming down the chute in the draft this year, but like I said, you better believe the Giants are going to be looking at them for this upcoming draft, especially because they're probably going to be having a high draft pick this year. So, like I said, Falcons probably going to win this one, but if there's any chance for a Giants win here, it's because, like I said, Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham are so dynamic and so good that they can take advantage of this injury-ridden Falcons defense. But, like I said, give me the Falcons. And that wraps things up there. Oh, also, we had the game last night, but a blowout between the Broncos and the Cardinals. And if you thought that was going to go any other way than how it went last night, then you're probably a Cardinals fan, and a very irrational Cardinals fan at that, because even a Cardinals fan knows that this team is going nowhere very fast. But yeah, I guess good win for the Broncos. They needed it. They had a couple tough losses under their belt in the last few weeks. So like I said, good win for them. Good showing for their defense, who got torched against the Jets, and a lot of questions were coming up about their defense after that. So yeah, that's how things are going to be going in the NFL this weekend. But much bigger things to talk about, at least for LA sports fans here this weekend, because the Dodgers are one win away from the World Series. Hasn't been easy, haven't gotten there the way that people thought they would, but listen, we're almost there, and any win is a good win, you know what I mean? And it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to be easy to get a win in Milwaukee. they're a very good home team. They're tough. It was tough to get one there, even though we did get one. So, like I said, I'm not as afraid about it since we already got one up there. But like I said, it's just not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. But like I said, Dodgers starting to turn it around. Finally starting to hit the ball. They went on that really, really gnarly hitting slump. For the first, for pretty much the first three games, pretty much the first three whole games. Like I said, then they turned it on. Like I said, I said that they should, change their approach. I've been watching it, I've been able to sit on this pod, but I've been saying when I'm watching the game with my friends, family, all that stuff, that they need to change their approach, stop swinging for the fences, but they got to shorten their swing, have a better approach, just put the ball in play, make the defense make the play, because you never know, things happen when when they do that. And like I said, we're seeing it. Like I said, base hits, playing small ball here, not necessarily full on small ball, playing small ball, base hits and scoring runs like that are just as good as home runs. The runs count the same. A run is a run, whether you hit it out of the park or you keep it in the park. A run is a run. And, kudos to the pitching, because it's a testament to how good the pitching has been in this series, because these scores have been very, very low. And, like I said, that was the biggest thing, was how good the pitching was going to be. A little reverse. I mean, not necessarily reverse, but the Dodgers starting pitching has been great. Everyone's been playing great. Everyone's been throwing great. But the bullpen has stepped up big time. Big time. Especially since they were the biggest concern going into the postseason was, can these guys, can Baez, Floro, Alexander, can these guys hold it down for the big man and hold it down and keep a lead? And they've been doing their job even when they didn't have a lead. Because like I said, the bats weren't there. But like I said, they've been turning around. It's been great. Situational baseball. Seeing a lot of people saying, "What the hell? The Dodgers play situational baseball. What the hell is going on here?" But like I said, I know that they have their game plan where they want to elevate the ball and play to their strengths with the power game. But at the same time, if it doesn't seem to be working because their pitching is so good, you have to be able to adjust and go on the fly. And like I said, I like that they've gotten their bats going. They got to keep this new approach that I've been saying that they need to have. They got to stay aggressive at the plate, try to get on them early. That's what they got to do. Get on these guys early. But I think what they need to try and do at least a little bit, just to try to, might as well pull it out now. Pause. Is to take what the defense is giving them. They're playing the shift against. They're playing the shift against Bellinger, who was struggling up until this point. Against Machado, who was struggling a little bit up until this point. Even Muncy, a lot of these guys just lay a bunt. They put the shift on where they got everybody on the right side or one side or whatever, and they only have in Bellinger's case, they got everybody on the loading the right side, even putting the guy in shallow right field, the second baseman, or the extra guy out there, and they only have Moustakas playing in the middle of the 5-6 hole. Lay a bunt down. Lay a good bunt down, especially if it's a left-handed pitcher where he's got to turn and pivot and all that stuff, Like, why not? Why not? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that, because like I said, he's been coming up clutch for us lately. He's been coming up big for us. But just why not? Lay it down. Make them work. Make them have to make a play. Make the defense make a play. That's what my dad said as a coach when I was younger, and all my other coaches have been saying, to make the defense make a play. And like I said, it's good. It's the equivalent to, if an NBA player's in a shooting slump, just driving it, trying to get fouled, get to the free throw line, just to be able to have a controlled shot, seeing the ball, leave your hand and go into the basket. You know what I mean? So same thing, just put the bat on. Sometimes you just need to see the bat hit the ball, hit the bat, get down, get running, get on base, and then, you know what I mean? That's all you need. So, like I said, they've been going with the pitches. I'm noticing that they're not trying to fucking crank these balls all the way out into fucking Pasadena from Dodger Stadium. They're going with the pitches. They're throwing a lot of the Brewers pitchers throw a lot of balls, a lot of movement on them, and a lot of these guys, they're just taking what they're giving them, and boom, they're peppering it opposite field, back up the middle, all that good stuff. So, like I said, The Dodgers look great. Like I said, it's not going to be easy, but I believe they can get it done. If they stick to what they've been doing and they keep this approach, they stay aggressive, and they take what the defense is giving them, I think that they can, pull this one out and, like I said, repeat as NL champs and face the Red Sox of all teams in the World Series. Who's thought that was coming? Considering that, they were the best team in baseball in the regular season. We know that. But, the Astros, they were so hot. And, I haven't been focusing on the ALCS too much. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'll definitely be trying to go back and read some stuff, watch some clips and all that stuff to figure out what went wrong for the Astros. Because it felt like they were playing, like they were hitting well and all that stuff. I guess maybe just the pitching. I don't know. I know that the Red Sox, the home runs were helping them a lot. That's a big thing. So I'll have to see about that. But if there's one thing that I would say that I'm worried about, because you can't just be too irrational here. The only thing that I'm worried about with the Brewers is, as much as the Dodgers were slumping with not hitting the ball, the Brewers were slumping just as poorly. And the only thing I'm scared about is that at a certain point, if you play sports, when you hear the phrase "you're due," you know what that means. The Brewers are due. And I'm afraid that it's going to happen in this series at some time in these two games. Like I said, they have way too many good bats for this to be happening. And again, it's a testament to how good the pitching is. But the Dodgers were due, and they've been coming through in the last couple games, especially last game in Game 5, in the day game, where they just, like I said, they weren't cranking balls, home runs. They were just hitting single here, runner on, stolen base, single there. Now they're scoring. Situational baseball kind of thing. Like I said, I'm afraid that the Brewers are due for that as well. And like I said, it's getting close to when they are due. And I just hope that they have to wait until next season for that to happen. But like I said, they have way too many good bats. Yelich is probably going to win NL MVP, even if they do lose this series. That's how good he was. He's due to be hot. Ryan Braun, fuck that fool, but whatever. He's still a good player. He's due to be. He's a good bat. Moustakas, Kane, all these guys. They're just good bats, and they might be due. But like I said, I hope it comes. They have to wait until next season for it to come to fruition, and the Dodgers can take care of business. Like I said, the game's tonight, and we're gonna need all you guys waving your towels, wearing your Dodger blue, as much as you guys can, because they're gonna need it. We want to make sure that they can hear us all the way in Milwaukee, from all the way over here. And like I said, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And also, just ending on this, what a what a fucking time to be an LA sports fan. You know what I mean? The Dodgers are this close to going to the World Series, back-to-back World Series appearances. They're this close. After a great last-minute push at the end of the season, like I said, a great momentum that they built to go into the season. It was a great way to finish their regular season. You know what I mean? Like I said, this was a Dodger town. Dodger blue was everywhere. That was great. Like I said, they're this close to going back to the World Series. LeBron is on the Lakers with all the young guys. Like I said, he has got the city on lock right now. This is, as much as as great as the city is when Dodgers are playing well, this is a Laker town first and foremost, no matter what. Sorry, everyone else. It's a Laker town. And like I said, we got the best player in the world on the best team in the world. And like I said, all eyes are on LA. And like I said, for rightfully so. And the first home game is on Saturday. So like I said, Staples Center is going to be fucking rocking for that. You better believe all the stars will be out for that game. And like I said, and they should be playing very well this season. Also, the Rams are the best team in football. And to think that, considering that they've only been here for a short amount of time, and just from the fact that we thought that we'd never get another football team, and to have them come back to LA and be the best team in football, not even without any question of the best team in football, it's just crazy, man. It is just so crazy. It is, like I said, it's a great time to be an LA sports fan. We got the Dodgers on Friday tonight. We got the Lakers on Saturday. And we got the Rams on Sunday. Like I said, this is just, it's like I said, what a fucking time. What a damn time. And I'm very much here for it. I'm very excited. I can't wait. Hopefully, like I said, we get it for a little bit longer with the Dodgers going to the World Series. But like I said, I cannot wait for this. Is my favorite time of the year, regardless. With postseason baseball, NFL is well underway, basketball is going, just getting started. Hockey's also going, you know what I mean? They're doing their thing. Go Kings, go. I'm not really sure how they're doing though, but hey, listen, I'm a fake Kings fan just like everybody else out here. So go Kings, go. And like I said, I'm very excited. I'm very happy to end it on this note, like I said. And damn, I can't wait to get to the sports watching this weekend. And hopefully you guys do too. And thank you guys so much for listening. You guys know I appreciate it so much. And if you like what you heard, make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, comment, all that YouTuber bullshit. You know how it goes. But make sure you subscribe and listen along wherever you listen to your podcast and stuff like that. SoundCloud. I'm on Spotify. So like I said, follow along. Brown Mamba Radio on the Spotify in the podcast section. Look for that. And everywhere else, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, all that good stuff. So like I said, subscribe, follow there wherever you can. I'm also, like I said, on the socials everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, all that good shit. Follow along there. Brown Mamba Radio, Brown Mamba, or my personal stuff, JXCKSXNNN. That's 3 N's. And like always, everything is available on the blog. Shout out to all the blog boys at the site, brownmamba.us. I got to update it now. The basketball season is here. And like I said, it is good times. Good times in the words of Billy Mack. Good times here in LA. Good times all around for sports. And like I said, hopefully you enjoy your weekend full of sports watching or whatever you do as much as I'm going to have, as much as I will. And like I said, as always, don't just have a good weekend. Make it a good weekend. Drink more water. Health is wealth. Be kind to each other. Go Dodgers. And also, go see Mid-90s this weekend. Big Jonah energy. Jonah Hill's new movie. Everyone's saying it's great. I'm going to be trying to check it out. Squeeze some time in and check it out this weekend as well. But also, go Dodgers. And like always, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.